This is myAudioBits, the world of audiobook library.
This is myAudioBits, The Last Queen of Kashmir, Kota Rani, written by Rakesh K. Kaul, narrated by Shyam Rajagopalan. To Pushpadanta, who fell from heaven for his transgression of invisibly eavesdropping on the divine great tale, and then retelling it to his wife. Thus was manifested the first drop in the ocean of the stream of stories. Forward. I stumbled on Kota by accident. I was researching the Dhar clan of Kashmir to which my wife belongs. Among the Dhar luminaries is the great liberator of Kashmir, Pandit Birbal Dhar, an influential tax collector serving under the tyrannical regime of the Afghans, who had ruled Kashmir from 1750 to the early 19th century. He led a secret appeal to Maharaja Ranjit Singh to take over the Kashmir Valley. Traveling with his son, Birbal Dhar had left his wife and daughter-in-law in hiding with Kudus, his milkman. Judas emerged in the form of a family relative, Tilak Chand Munshi, who betrayed the whereabouts of the women to the governor Azim Khan. Troops were sent to bring the two women to the governor's palace. Birbal's wife was a noted beauty, and she knew that Khan would dishonor her to avenge Birbal's secret mission. History records that she swallowed poison and that her last words were, "Know that Kashmir has yet a Kota Rani. Remember me to my lord." Who was this Kota Rani? Who was this inspiring symbol of feminine resistance that was central to the social history that Kashmiri Pandit women carried with them over the intervening centuries? The bare facts were easily accessible, but did not justify the banner that Kota represented for Birbal's wife. Clearly, there was much more hidden behind the veil of time. Thus, began my 21st century journey through the detritus of Kota's 14th century world to try and put the pieces together. What I found astonished me and would challenge every single preconception that anybody else or I might have about Kashmir. What I uncovered was a treasure that held the supreme secret for humanity. What shone bright was Kashmir's beacon to the known world, and Kota was its queen. What sobered me was that Kota was surrounded by literary geniuses. 90% of Indic poetry is in Sanskrit, and virtually all of Indic literature in Kota's time were in the form of poetry and had been written by Kashmiris. The works of these poets were invaluable as I began the sometimes painful task of reconstructing what had been sundered apart. In my zeal to be true to Kota, I realized that my writing was synthetic and not true to the great masters of Kashmir. So, I adopted a literary style that would be authentic to the story. Kashmiri literary principles, including kavya, the poetic expressions, among other things, emphasize that historical stories are first and foremost an art form. The Pandits were the pioneers of storytelling and practitioners of edutainment. A story needed to both educate and entertain. It had to be for all ages and be indestructible. The author had to approach the subject with a love where the very thought would create an emotion similar to that of the mother hearing the cry of a newborn baby. This tug should create an aesthetic experience that builds oneness between the observer and the observed. While the written word could wear ornaments and draw power from suggestion, the end product had to be perfected reality.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?